Hey friend, it's me, $1,000 bill Linda, and today we need to talk about something real. Not cute, not fancy, real. We need to talk about stress spending. Because sometimes, friend, it is not the bills that are breaking us. Sometimes it is the stress. Sometimes it is the exhaustion. Sometimes it is that quiet little voice that says, girl, you deserve something. And listen, I am not here to fuss at you because in these difficult times, with groceries high, insurance high, rent high, utilities high, and everybody trying to figure out how to stretch $1 three different ways, we all could use a little help figuring things out. So let me say this plain. I am not a tax professional. I am not your financial advisor. But what I do have is applied knowledge. I have seen how money moves. I have seen how bills pile up. I have seen how small decisions turn into big pressure. And I have seen how good women, smart women, hardworking women can spend money not because they are careless, but because they are tired. And that is what we are going to talk about today. Let me give you an example. Let's talk about Mary. Mary is 58 years old. She works full time, helps her adult daughter when she can, keeps an eye on her mother's doctor appointments, and still tries to keep her house running. By the time Friday comes, Mary is worn out. She tells herself, I am not cooking tonight. So she orders dinner. Then Saturday comes, and she stops at Target for toothpaste and paper towels. But she walks out with a candle, a throw blanket, some snacks, a new blouse, and a little something for the grandbaby. Now, none of those things are bad by themselves. That is what makes stress spending so sneaky. It doesn't always look like luxury. Sometimes it looks like comfort. Sometimes it looks like convenience. Sometimes it looks like I just needed one good moment. But by Monday morning, Mary is looking at her account like, where did my money go? And that is when the stress comes right back. Now she is not only tired, she is tired and worried. Friend, hear me clearly. Stress spending is not always about being irresponsible. Sometimes it is about trying to regulate your emotions with your debit card. You had a hard day, so you buy something. You feel lonely, so you order something. You feel overwhelmed, so you scroll and click. You feel unappreciated, so you say, well, somebody better treat me, even if I have to treat myself. And listen, I understand that, because life after 50 can come with a lot. You may be thinking about retirement. You may be worried about Social Security. You may still have credit card debt. You may be helping children or grandchildren. You may be single and carrying everything by yourself. You may be divorced, widowed, caregiving, downsizing, or just plain tired. And when you are carrying all of that, a little purchase can feel like relief. But here is the problem. Stress spending gives you relief for a moment, but it can steal peace from your future. Let me say that again. Stress spending gives you relief for a moment, but it can steal peace from your future. Because the money you spend trying to survive the week may be the same money you needed for an emergency fund, a doctor bill, a car repair, a credit card payment, a retirement cushion, or just a little breathing room. And friend, at this stage of life, breathing room matters. After 50, your money needs a job. Now let's talk about Carol. Carol is 61. She is planning to retire at 62, but she has been feeling nervous. Every time work gets stressful, she tells herself, I cannot wait to get out of here. But instead of building a retirement plan, she keeps spending to comfort herself from the stress of the job she wants to leave. New outfits, lunch out every day, random Amazon orders, weekend shopping trips, nothing outrageous, just enough to keep her from feeling the pressure. But then she looks up and realizes she has not built the savings cushion she needs to feel safe leaving that paycheck. That is the danger. Stress spending can delay the very freedom you are trying to create. You are buying comfort today with money that was supposed to buy you choices tomorrow. It cannot just be running around loose, trying to make everybody feel better. So, what do we do? Because I am not going to sit here and tell grown women just stop spending. That is not helpful. That is not real life. The answer is not shame. The answer is awareness. So here are 5 questions I want you to start asking before you spend money when you are stressed. Question 1. Am I buying a need or am I buying a feeling? Before you click place order, ask yourself, do I need this item or do I need rest? Do I need this blouse or do I need encouragement? Do I need this takeout or am I too tired to cook? Because sometimes the real need is not the purchase. Sometimes the real need is rest, connection, prayer, a walk, a nap, or a real conversation with somebody who cares. Question 2. Will this purchase still feel good 3 days from now? That is a big one, because stress spending feels good in the moment. But 3 days later, when the package arrives, sometimes you don't even remember why you ordered it. And now, it is just one more thing in the house, one more charge on the card, one more reminder that you were overwhelmed. So before you buy it, ask, will this still feel like peace 3 days from now? Question 3. Is this helping future me or only present me? Now listen, present you matters. You are not a machine. You deserve joy. You deserve comfort. You deserve a life that does not feel like punishment. But future you matters too. The woman who wants to retire. The woman who may need extra money for healthcare. The woman who does not want to depend on everybody else. The woman who wants options. So ask yourself, is this purchase helping both of us, present me and future me? If it only helps present you for 10 minutes, but hurts future you for 10 months, pause. Question 4. Did I already budget for joy? Now, this is where some people get it wrong. They try to cut out all pleasure. No coffee, no lunch, no shopping, no beauty appointment. Then they feel deprived, and what happens? They overspend later. So instead of pretending you do not want joy, plan for joy. Give yourself a small amount of money that is just for you. Call it your peace money, your joy money, your I am still living money. But give it a limit, because joy without boundaries can turn into regret. Question 5. What can I do for free before I spend? This one can change your life. Before you spend money from stress, try one free thing first. Take a walk, drink some water, pray, journal for 10 minutes, call a trusted friend, sit in the car and breathe before going into the store, take a shower, watch something encouraging, clean one small area of your room, go outside and let the sun hit your face. Not everything that soothes you has to charge interest. Let me say that again. Not everything that soothes you has to charge interest. Now, here is your action step. For the next 7 days, I want you to do what I call a stress spending check-in. Nothing complicated. Just keep a small note in your phone. Every time you spend money outside of your regular bills, write down 3 things. What did I buy? What was I feeling? Was it worth it? That is it. Do not judge yourself. Do not beat yourself up. Just notice. Because what you notice, you can change. After 7 days, you may see a pattern. Maybe you spend when you are lonely. Maybe you spend after work. Maybe you spend when you talk to certain people. Maybe you spend when you are tired and hungry. Maybe you spend on payday because you feel like you finally have room to breathe. That information is powerful because now you are not guessing. You are learning yourself. And friend, learning yourself is part of getting free. Let's say you notice that every Thursday after work, you stop and spend $40 because you are exhausted. Now we are not going to shame you. We are going to build a plan. Maybe Thursday becomes your simple dinner night. Soup and sandwich, rotisserie chicken, something already prepped. Maybe you give yourself $15 for a planned treat instead of $40 of stress spending. Maybe you take the long way home and listen to something calming before you walk in the door. That is how you solve the problem. Not by pretending you are not tired, but by planning for the fact that you are. And I want to say something especially to the woman who feels like she should know better. Maybe you're saying, Bill, Linda, I'm too old to still be figuring this out. No, friend, you are not too old. You are human. And some of us were never taught how to handle money and emotions at the same time. We were taught to work hard. We were taught to pay bills. We were taught to keep going. But nobody sat us down and said, "Baby, when life gets heavy, do not let your pain make financial decisions." So, now we are learning. And there is no shame in learning, especially now, because these are difficult times and people are trying to survive real pressure. But survival mode cannot be your permanent money plan. At some point, we have to move from survival to strategy. So, here is what I want you to remember. You do not have to stop enjoying your life. You do not have to live scared. You do not have to punish yourself for every dollar you spend. But you do need to know the difference between spending that supports your life and spending that covers up your stress. One gives you peace, the other gives you a receipt. And friend, receipts are not the same as relief. So this week, do your stress spending check in. Ask yourself, am I buying a need or am I buying a feeling? Will this still feel good 3 days from now? Is this helping future me? Did I budget for joy? What can I do for free before I spend? And remember, this is not about shame. This is about taking your power back, one decision at a time. Because your retirement money should not be used to soothe every stressful day. Your future deserves protection. Your peace deserves a plan. And you, friend, deserve options. Again, I am not a tax professional, and I am not giving you personal financial advice. But I do believe in using wisdom, lived experience, and practical knowledge to help us make better decisions. And in times like these, we all need reminders, tools, and a little help figuring things out. So if this message helped you, share it with another woman who may be spending from stress and calling it self-care. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can be notified when new videos are published. This is $1,000 Bill Linda. And remember, do not let stress spend the money your future self is going to need.